Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia, and welcome back to the final round of our subscriber game tournament as King of Yen and Zero faces off in a best of 3 series to determine our champion. Yesterday in game 1, King of Yen took the lead, playing as the defending side, in our alternating siege battle taking place in Hefei. Today, the sides are swapped, as King of Yen in the green will now take the role of the attacking side, while Zero in the red takes over the defense of Hefei. So let's take a look at both players' drafts and see if Zero can even the score and bring this finals to an open field showdown in Game 3, or will King of Yen use his momentum to crown himself as the champion of the entire subscriber game tournament. So starting at the green side, looking at King of Yen's attacking comp, we have Guojia, Xu Huang, and Wu Tugu. And if you remember his composition from yesterday, he basically swapped out Huang Fusong for Guojia. And the reason why he did this is because he wanted to include a siege weapon, and he has installed himself a trebuchet unit upgraded to rank 8, along with 2 crossbow units on Guojia. Then on Xu Huang, we have 6 Qingzhou units, 4 of the melee infantry type, 2 of the spear guard type. Then on Wu Tugu, we finally have a retinue of javelin spear guards, which are capable of using turtle formation, very useful against towers, and also 1 Nundrong elephant to provide boost for the whole army. And looking at this army composition, I really like the trebuchet for a couple of reasons, mainly for the ability to destroy walls, and also for the ability to destroy infantry clusters inside cities. You actually don't need to punch that many holes in the walls, and since you do have turtle formation on the javelin spear guards, you can actually ignore all the towers, save your ammo to actually kill troops, and that's going to be a pretty powerful weapon to use in any siege battle. The 2 crossbow will do something very similar in terms of dishing out damage to the troops if they have a range superiority advantage, and that's often not the case, so I actually don't really like crossbow here for the attacking side. I would much rather prefer perhaps 1 Defender of Earth instead, but I do realize that's a very expensive unit, and they cost more than 2 crossbowmen, so perhaps he would have sacrificed units elsewhere. And looking at his infantry choices here, I think he went with the strategy of having a lot of infantry rather than top tier infantry. So this is more of high value, a lot of Qingzhou units, a lot of javelin spear guards. They're all cheap units. They all have efficient value for what you spend. But because you're the side that's attacking with more army fund, I actually think you should have opted for more elite units to counteract the defending side, which has less income compared to you. The defending side should be using more units with high value for return damage compared to the attacking side, but it seems King of Yen has gone with these units for both of his round regardless of his position here. So I think he might struggle a bit fighting more elite unit once they go into the city, as he is guaranteed to have a way in thanks to the trebuchet. In terms of general choices, I think he's sticking with Xu Huang and Wu Tugu, which are solid generals. But looking at his match yesterday, clearly the Hail of Arrows on Huang Fusong was his MVP, and he got swapped out. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can still gain a general advantage without Hail of Arrows, which he used perfectly in yesterday's battle. Then looking at Zero's side, we have Huang Fusong yet again. We have Kong Rong for the Fury of Beihai, which is a pretty cost-efficient crossbow unit, and finally Yan Baihu, which is a general that I've been preaching to use for a long time, and he has rarely made a showing. And he's finally here, surprisingly, on the defending side, as he is much more useful on the attacking side. If you look at all the units picked here, on Huang Fusong, we have the elite infantry. We have 2 of the Imperial Sword Guards. We have 2 of the Unbreakable Defender of the Empire. I think this is his most important unit in this composition, because these are the only 2 units that are unbreakable. All his generals and all the remaining units are breakable, so the key target for the attacking side on King of Yen is to wipe out these 2 Defender of Empire. If he can wipe them out, the rest of the battle should be fairly easy. Kong Rong's 3 Fury of Beihai are usually a bad choice in multiplayer if you have an open field battle, because it's very hard to keep ranged units alive When you're playing a siege defense, you should be recruiting ranged units, as they bring a lot of value in terms of their high ammo count, being able to dish out casualties without the threat of being hit back, because you have the protection of walls or narrow causeways inside cities that you can protect with other units. So this is actually a really smart choice, and they're upgraded here to rank 5 and rank 4. And then finally, Yan Baihu was a bit unlucky here in terms of being invisible, because Guo Jia was picked by King of Yan. But even in this instant, he is a great general, because he's a sentinel with high evasion, a good weapon, poison volley is still a great ability to use, and in certain instances, better than hail of arrows. It has less damage, but it can actually damage formations like turtle, whereas hail of arrow would just be taken up by the turtle formation because it blocks all range damage. For the poison volley, however, not all the damage are range. The range damage portions of the arrows will be blocked by turtle formation, but because the units get hit by these poison arrows, the poison damage will still be applied. So they're actually a lot more flexible, and if you get scratched by these arrows, you will still take the poison damage. And that's the key point here, that Yan Baihu has a lot of upside when the enemy have no vision, and even if they do have vision, he still is a decently strong general for his cost, and his retinues are not that bad. The Ye Remnant warriors here are actually very strong and capable infantry units, and the 2 cavalry units are good for chase downs. They're basically high value cavalry targets that are fast and able to sneak attack in where the enemy can't micro properly. So overall, Zero has a pretty solid comp for defense here. I'm imagining that he's going to hold himself up in the city. There's not going to be any sally out action, and the key target that he has to take out is probably the trebuchet and the elephant. Those are really the only 2 things that can break his elite infantry. Everything else will lose 1v1 versus his infantry, as long as he doesn't get his generals annihilated. Having Coron to use Stifling Deluge to shut down the enemy general's AoE abilities on Xu Huang and Wu Tugu is enough, and they can have a fair fight against these generals, because he does have 2 pretty decent sentinels with good evasions for a straight up fight with the help of his units inside the city. I like his chances. So let's see if Zero can pull this one back out, or if King of Yan will crown himself as the champion right here and right now. So let's hop into game and find out. Alrighty, so as we load into game here and turn on tactical view and pause the game, we can check out both sides' deployment. For King of Yan, he's taking a very different approach compared to Zero. Whereas Zero went for the northwestern corner, because I'm using the main entrance here at the plaza as the northern mark, because there were less towers on this side of the wall. King of Yan's actually gone for the eastern side, with a lot of towers here, but I figure he doesn't care because he has those turtle units, and he's facing against less bastion siege weapons because of it. Because where the bastions are placed, you can't actually fit one of the siege weapons in this corner, because the tower is taking up one of those bastion slots. So this might be a pretty interesting plan, given that he does have 5 units that can turtle up, and that's going to help him just take away the aggro from the towers and make things a lot easier for his troop to file into the city first, and then figure things out from there. He has kept all his unit in the back. All 3 of his generals are tier 3, no surprises there. We can talk about his deployment in more detail once the battle starts, because this is going to be a rather long battle. We will probably 3 times speed portions of this battle, because a lot of it is actually just movement, because Zero has taken a super defensive position in the city plaza. And if we zoom in here, we can see the Hefei Plaza is very unique. There is only 1 entrance. It's a very good defensive choke point. I picked it on purpose, and it seems Zero has picked up on this and decided to use his elite infantry, the Defender of Empire, which are unbreakable, in a shield wall formation facing the only way it can go up. And then you also have the Imperial Sword Guard in the shield wall. Both of these formations can knock enemy generals off their horses to block up the entrance to protect the Fury of Beihai, which cannot be touched here by enemy infantry or cavalry. It can't be hit by enemy range, but they have the longest range in the game in terms of range units aside from siege weapons. So they're going to be sitting pretty here on the plaza and dishing out their damage with high ammo count and very high damage. And picking sentinels and strategists also increases the armor piercing damage of your units, as they all have that 10% increase. So that is also very smart of Zero. And finally, the 2 Yue Remnant warriors. these are Yanbaihu's unit, and these are really good units. Yanbaihu doesn't just have cheap units, he has units like this on the roster with 45% armor, 27% evasion, very high melee damage, and decent amount of morale. These are great units to recruit, and they don't cost that much either. So Yanbaihu is a great option, even on defense. And you can see that he's trying to use his general out here. Now he definitely knew that Guojia was on the other side. Guojia is leading that army. So on the load screen, the only general that Zero could see was Guojia. So that was also a slight mistake by King of Yen, I would say, because you kind of told them who you had in terms of foresight. But Yanbaihu's outside regardless. His job's just to harass and find opportunities with his poison volley. And his key targets are going to be the elephant and that trebuchet, which needs a lot of protection here. So looking at how King of Yen can fight this, there's a couple issues with the location he picked. So there are a lot of towers, we mentioned that. The other thing is his downhill, and he has deployed really far in the back. Because you can see this is the tower range, and this is where his siege weapons was parked. And he's all the way over here for some reason. I don't know what he was scared of. Because you cannot guerrilla deploy behind them on a siege. The only guerrilla deployment range is in between the walls and the end of your deployment zone. So they're just wasting a lot of time that they have to move up in the snow, which would lead to a lot of openings. And this is not how you want to protect your siege weapons, by the way. Thinking that you're going to blanket all the areas around your siege weapon is a mistake. This is good against AI, terrible against humans, because the humans will find some angle to come in here and hit your trebuchet. If you really want to protect your trebuchet, just put a unit on top of them. Just like how you protect Juggernaut's units in the campaign, just slap a spear unit right on top of these units. There's not many of them. You put 2 units, let's say, on top of your siege weapons. They can still fire. They get protected from enemy range, and no one's going to charge them. That's how you keep them safe. Thinking that you can block all the angles with a lot of spear units is an incorrect line of thought here. So I really am going to be a little bit worried here about how safe his range units are, because you can see he has basically 3 range units and his elephant here. These are his most vulnerable targets, and these are the units that he desperately needs to protect. He does have these 5 turtle units, but I think they're just too far. They might as well just start here. Their job's to grab that aggro. But I guess he's scared of selling out because he used that strategy. So let's see how he does, because he's going to have full vision the entire match thanks to Guojia, and he's going to see that Zero has actually opted to stay inside, which means his trebuchet actually should not even fire at anything. The wall is free. Just kill these units or force them to go back, because if you don't give them opening, they can't do anything. These are 2 very low tier cavalry with almost no morale, and you have Yanbaihu versus 3 generals. 3v1. Run up to him, shut down his ability. The only thing to be worried about is the tower aggro, which is why these turtle units should have started over here. Just grab that aggro right from the beginning, then your generals can do whatever they want. Now you have to wait till they run all the way up. Gives the enemy a lot of time to circle around you, do things. So a bit concerning. The trebuchet should just go through the gate. He needs to send 1 unit, doesn't matter which one of the Qingzhou units if you want, climb the walls, capture the gate, and then go inside. That will either force Zero to make a decision to abandon his defensive position to move out, or he can just capture it for free, move his unit in without wasting any ammo on the wall, and then set up his trebuchet right here, block off the hallway with his javelin spear guards, and just pound that position. That would be such a good move, right? These Imperial units, these clusters of defensive unbreakable units, will get hit with a level 8 trebuchet with flaming shots. That would be amazing. And plus, Qingzhou units are sort of yellow turban units. They have the city burning raider trait, I believe. Unruly, I think is what it's called. Raider. It's called Raider. So once they go inside, they can start burning down buildings. It's not going to spread. I purposely picked snow to make sure there is no big fire spreading across the city. They can burn like the building they're next to, and that's about it. I don't want the attacking side to use a settlement burning strategy where they just take away 20 points of morale. I feel like that's kind of really cheap shot. So snow should prevent that, but they can definitely just park a turtle unit to grab the aggro here. Either just take the buildings, because I doubt Zero will charge out. I don't think Zero wants to give up this position. They can just capture all these towers with the turtle units for free. Basically, it's free entry because Zero has decided to turtle. And since there's no time limit, take it slow. Move in. Let's see how it goes. Perhaps that's why this match is 45 minutes. I hope that would be the way, because that would be a really methodical takedown to win the tournament. So let's get started. So Yanbaihu is out here harassing. And I think King of Yan is just going to assess his situation. Turtle has to move in to grab aggro. And he's worried about the flank. You have these. As you can see, I can already see so many gaps, right? Yanbaihu can come in here. He doesn't have an AoE ability, so it's not going to be that bad. But he can even just sit somewhere over here and just shoot poison volleys at this trebuchet, and it'll still be worth it. The impact damage of those volleys can actually break the trebuchet. So that's going to be another concern. The generals should aggressively chase, but the problem right now is the tower aggro has not been grabbed by these turtle, which is another point of them should be starting out closer. There's no guerrilla deployment behind on the siege battle, so I don't know why they started so conservatively here in the back, especially downhill too. So see, now he's moving his trebuchet without moving any of these units, so he's now putting it really out there in the open, along with elephants. Like, wouldn't this cluster be a really good target for even a far away poison volley? If all these giant units, trebuchet, these are all targets. Anything that hits this would be damage. But it seems Zero is pulling his units back. Or not. He's also not committed to this situation. Now, this crossbow can turn, so you can actually get an angle like something like this. So I think he can actually cover this area if he wants. Obviously, they wouldn't do any damage to the turtle unit. That would be a slight weakness for them. And this unit can also sort of twist about to here. If he just avoid this angle right here, he'll be fine. This trebuchet is pretty much useless. The crossbow might be able to do a few things here, depending on how careful Zero is with his advancement. Maybe bait out a couple shots, like actively walk a turtle unit into this range right here. Like, the turtle is being used way too passively here, and they're not keeping up with this is such an open target. This is not a defensive structure. A full cavalry unit can slip through this if they want, to be honest. And they still haven't grabbed aggro. And the importance of grabbing that aggro is now the generals can't walk in to stop Yanbaihu, who's clearly coming here for a poison volley right now. He's coming. It's a poison volley right here. Yep, you can smell it. And the crossbow units lost a lot of men, 21, and still bleeding from the poison. Even the trebuchet here are losing a bit of health, and the poison's going to take as well. You can see that was just free damage. Yanbaihu's good. Poison can kill turtle formation as well. Just scratch them. 11 units killed. Whereas Hail of Arrows would have done 0. And the generals can't really move up. I think they're actually getting shot. Or they're out of range. Who grabbed the aggro? I don't think... Yeah, they haven't grabbed the aggro yet. They can't move up because they haven't grabbed the aggro yet. Yanbaihu's just going to wait for cooldown, do it again. Alright, I think the aggro has been swapped on. Hopefully they walked out of the range. Yeah, I think they're fine now. Just park it here. And chase. Now the aggro has been grabbed. Not by everything though, that's the thing. Oh, he's hitting the wall. Why? This is a waste of ammo. No one's here to stop you from entering the city for free. Even this ram could do this job. What happened to the cavalry? Oh, look at that big flanking angle, right? During this whole time, paying attention to what happened to Yanbaihu. The aggro's not grabbed. The aggro's not grabbed. You can't chase. And as he's microing his generals, there goes these range. Why are them not sitting on top of the siege weapons? Like, there's nothing to protect from the rear. Like, they knew what happened to the units this whole time. Right into the middle of the formation. Even if they die, if they kill this trebuchet, it's over. Oh, wow. That's just oversight right there. The roar. Yeah, you're gonna kill off these 2 units. It's gonna depend on how much damage they can do. They fully routed one. Let's see if they can fully route the other one. You should try to chase this right now. There's no response. Just chase. Just chase this unit. Make sure it doesn't bounce back. All the generals. Go, go, go. Okay, good. He's chasing. So this should be fine. Trebuchet, all 4 are still here. So that's a win. Although the crossbow might be in a bad shape. It's wavering. That is not a good sign. And that crossbow unit just got pretty much wiped. The other crossbow as well. Alright. Don't pull them back. No. They're gonna bounce back. I think they will bounce back, actually. Alright, Yanbaihu is fighting a unit that's no longer in turtle because you don't want to chase. Don't charge your units into it. Now, the javelins are doing good damage. The javelins actually doing 40k health. Getting melted here by the javelins. So he has to kite. If he doesn't kite, he's going to get melted. Alright, he's... Need to get this guy back in turtle. Okay, he is. Okay, so that's fine. He's back. Let's see if he pays attention here. Or does he sneak in another charge like what just happened? Because the crossbow... Like, the crossbow is half done. Trebuchet is fine. He broke 2 walls. Okay, and there are still 13 shots. So that's still enough. So this is still fine. Enter here, although the gate was free. There was no unit that would stop them. Yanbaihu is kind of out here. These guys should just hold aggro. There's no need to pull them back. Keep 1 unit right here. Just hold these 3 aggro on these 3 towers. And then Yanbaihu can't do too much. Keep 1 guy here. Yeah, sit him here, sit another one here, then everyone can move up. Full vision. Guojia has foresight. This is not a surprise. This should not be a surprise. Why are these units not moving? Block it. You know where the cavalry's from. Block this entire line right here. Oh, this is just a tragedy in slow motion right here. There's no need to disguise this. Foresight. Just charge. It's open right here. They're moving up. Okay, they're moving up. But they're not moving up very far. What is this? Okay, they're protecting from what? Yanbaihu. Another hail of arrows coming. He's going to commit both hail of arrows to kill the trebuchet. Or poison volley and hail of arrows. I don't understand why these spear units are not being used to protect anything. Loose formation? To protect the crossbow? That could work. Put the other guy in here. Put them in loose on top of the trebuchet. That's a great idea. Or not. Yeah, this is clearly a hail of arrows incoming. And there's nothing Guojia can do to stop that, because he's going to do it from very, very long range. He just wants to do damage on the actual machines. He didn't kill it. Maybe another poison volley? He can just keep throwing abilities at it. It'll be worth it, because he has such good infantry inside that if he kills the siege weapon, it's over, I think. I think the siege weapon's the only hope that King of Yen has to unlock that sort of choke point right there. Okay, he's moving spear units on top. Good. Perfect, perfect. This is fine. The generals don't need to be here. The generals should be chasing these 2. It's 3v2 with shutdown abilities, and Cornwall's not there. This is the opportunity. These 3 should be inside the city right now. And you even know he just used his hail of arrows. It's on cooldown. Like these 3 generals, if they, or charge these 3 at this unit. He sees this unit, by the way. It's not hidden. The cooldown's done. They're coming back to shoot again. They should have been chasing these 2 units on the inside. with the generals. It's going to be another very long range. He's trying to pull, right? This is holding aggro, which is good. There's a lot of moving the Javelin Spear Guards for no reason, to be honest. And why is he not moving into the city? Yeah, move, move, move. These 4 units should just make a really long wall right here. And then this unit move by the long wall into the city. There is nothing that cavalry unit can do. Like, this wall does nothing. The generals can weave through this wall easily. But the cavalry cannot. Oh. That's just unfortunate. What got it? Who actually hit that? Is another... Did I miss a long-range hail of arrows? Ah, just arrows. Just arrows from home zone, perhaps. He's sniping generals now, but I think he maybe shot one at the trebuchet. He needs to move his generals. He needs to move his generals. He's missing right now, but if it hits... He's missing actually pretty badly. Yeah, he's not hitting any of them. They both have a bow. I don't know why he's chasing his spear guards into the general. They will never catch the general. Why don't you chase 3v2 with strategists, Wisdom River, against 2 sentinel? It's perfect. Like, worst case scenario, they run back, and then your unit just get a free entry into the city. Now he's turning, he's turning. Maybe this is the unit that took out the trebuchet, actually. He waited very patiently for this moment to get the angle on it. I wonder if he's firing at it. Or maybe the elephants? I wonder what he selected here. It's loading. Is it shooting? There we go. Let's see. Trebuchet. It's trebuchet. Yeah. That's what wiped out trebuchet, I guess. I don't understand why these things are not taken out. There's no one defending this wall, or anywhere close to defending this wall. He could clear the wall and the cavalry. Okay. I think King of Yan just lost the game. It's taking him so long to move his unit inside the city. I don't understand. They're not even making an attempt to go inside the city, by the way, so I don't understand that either. And now they're just sitting here because he's microing this to kill that cavalry that's been sitting there for the past 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And the elephants are getting picked off too. Oh yeah. Okay. Not looking very good. So now the problem becomes pretty clear. Zero's going to pull back his generals, maybe shoot another, hail of arrows if he wants, but just pull back here. The elephant might break through. That's the only unit, but with spear wall, and they're recruited on the sentinel general, so they have charge negation. The elephant's not even good at killing that. So aside from those 5 total unit that can move into these towers, as well as these Furies of Beihai, I think you just have this unbreakable fortress now that you can't really do too much, and the elephants are still getting picked off. Oh my god. So I feel like these Qingzhou Assault Infantry were babied a lot more than his trebuchet even. Now they're getting ripped apart. Just very good opportunities. Getting high value shots out of that entire multi-bolt crossbow. Excellent, excellent usage. Took out 2 of the trebuchets, killed 3, 4, 5 elephants. Got a pretty nice shot across these. Even triggered the misplaced devotion on it. The elephants are routing now. They're gonna bounce back, but there's about half of them remaining. Exactly half, actually, only 6. They're clearing the blockades, which is good. The burning of the town from the raider trait. It's not gonna spread though. Okay, so I believe Zero's actually just not gonna move his units. And we can probably just wait till a fight gets committed, because I think the rest of this battle is gonna be the Javelin Spear Guards taking towers. He should climb the wall, kill that unit, just for army loss, whatever helps. That's really what he should have done. Chase 3 generals in, force those 2 generals to run back because there's no way that he would want to fight 2v3, and then just climb the wall, kill this thing, then move everyone in. A long row of spear units to protect against that cavalry, or just run the 3 general at the cavalry. There's no counterplay. He's not using the 3 generals to chase the enemy 2 generals, so might as well kill the cavalry first. And then just get the trebuchet right here. Now you're hitting all of them in that position, and Zero would be kind of doomed. Like, he would have to move out of this position or take about 13 shots. Could be more than that if the shots weren't wasted on the wall, because there's no reason that you needed to break the wall. The gates are so free in this map since Zero's guarding this position. Go kill that thing. Dismount one. Or don't dismount one. Send the spear guard up. Why let this unit live? He even got a shot off. Twisting this way. There's a unit that probably popped out over here. Yeah, just go kill him. Such a free kill here. Good, good, good. You see the Fury of the Beihai trying to move up to get some shots to protect his units. And that's going to be a problem. The oppressive range. So now Zero has the range advantage, has the choke point advantage. I don't know about the generals. I think it's pretty even in terms of generals. Both of his generals did use up a lot of their ability trying to take out the Trebuchet, and you still have infinite use of Flame of the Phoenix and infinite use of Ultugul's off guard to slam the units, so that's still a good advantage here. He can take the towers for free with Turtle. I don't think Zero's going to charge out. The generals, after taking a beating from those javelin, are probably not going to commit either. But that was a good 40% of Yanbaihu's health right there, just getting close to that javelin unit. So the problem is how to move the units into the Fury of Beihai, right? They covered this much. How can you get this elephant from here to there? They have much smarter, aggro pickup than towers, because human control now. So there's only so much the turtle units can do. So they're dropping dead here, which is the poison volley, I bet. I guess I'm not seeing it with the speed up. But that's the only explanation why they'll be dropping like this. So I know he still has at least maybe one. That's probably it. I don't think you need to capture this one, but I guess to be safe you can. But essentially, King of Yen has no more range unit. 0 range units. Maybe the general can bait out some shots. None of his general have 100% range block chance bonus for the ability. So it has to be kind of the zigzag. There's a lot of ammo on these guys. If he's patient, yeah, you can certainly waste them all. It's possible. Yeah, keep this up for the next 10-20 minutes. Oh, they stopped shooting. Okay, so he realized, oh, he's not microing. 4k health gone. Yeah, I think King of Yen just stuck. He knows he can't charge this. This is a suicidal charge. But he also can't get all his units over there, because only the turtle units can even approach these Furies of Beihai. Without his crossbow, without his siege weapon, mainly the siege weapon, the crossbow wouldn't have been very useful here either. If he had Defender Earth, I'm sure you can't stand up against Fury of Beihai either, but the burn on the town would be much faster. Because he only got 6%, right? It's 1 morale point. The max you can have 100% is 20 morale point. Which for these elite infantry, it's not a big number, but it's not a small number either. So I feel like so he got the fire will on again, so he's able to waste some ammo, and he turned them off. So as we have some time here, as I think King of Yen's going to poke around, try to see if any opportunity opens up, we can probably talk about what could have gone better. Aside from what happened over here, this was just really tragic. The general choices and the unit choices, I think we mentioned earlier, I don't really favor them, because King of Yen has the extra funds and went with more value than premium unit, whereas Zero, even with a smaller amount of funds, went for more premium infantry to choke up this point. Now, Furious Beihai, granted, is a pretty cost-efficient unit, as well as Red Remnant Warrior. You have to find some good value units when you have less fund. That's a great use of it, and he got so much value from those two very simple bandit cavalry that were able to just trade for the crossbow units as well as the trebuchet. So that was a huge win. It did have the help of the abilities of the generals, a couple shots from the siege weapon on the wall, but it's just a lot of oversight by King of Yen there. Now he's just not sure what to do. Capturing these doesn't do anything. Get all your units on one side. He should just move back this way. It shouldn't be a two-sided attack because the generals can just commit to one side and take them off. Yeah, I feel like King of Yen is just stuck. He knows he can't attack that, but he doesn't want to. Like, he doesn't have a solution either. And it comes down to general choices as well. Guojia is a fine pick in my opinion. Xu Huang's not a bad pick, Wu Tugu's not a bad pick, but they sort of do the same thing. These two have the same ability basically. You have two copies of each other. What you really need right now is probably a big roar. Like in defensive chokes like this, Zhang Fei is amazing. You go in, you roar, everything except for Defender Empire breaks, including all the generals. And then you just basically rush your units in. If you're going to play high value with a lot of units, that's what you should really play as. You defeat their higher, more premium units with morale damage. Or Sun Ce even. Sun Ce has not really made an appearance in this tournament. He has, you know, Flame of the Phoenix plus a -50 roar that can be used twice. That's so very good. Yanbai routes. Huang Fuzong close to routing. Kong Rong would route. Imperial units would not route. These would route, but if you get some damage on them, they will probably route as well. They're trying to pick off these units right here. Very active by Zero, trying to get some damage done. It's almost over. This 3x speed. Javelin got some good shots in here. Killed 5 there. Killed 9 here. He's out of ammo. Now the generals can go smash them. No, none of them has smash ability. This is the second game in a row that Zero sort went with generals without good clear. He's just using his more premium units for the clear. And he's getting away with it because King of Yen's not really recruiting any good units to counteract that. He's not even committing over there because the generals are here. Okay, finally have to commit. Let's see what King of Yen can do here. Depends on if Kong Rong dies or not. If you can say trade Wu Tugu or Xu Huang, one of them, for Kong Rong, then it's worth it. Because then you bring Guojia on the second round. We should bring Guojia together in the first round as well. But if Guojia lives and you only trade 1 for 1 and Kong Rong's the target you kill, then it's winnable. Because then it's a free AoE smash on the front lines every time you walk up. Whereas with Kong Rong's alive, opportunity, go kill Kong Rong. Too far away. Too far away. Kong Rong is the key target here. If he dies, then these infantry are beatable because you have 2 AoE smash. Sacrifice one of them to kill Kong Rong. Well, we're almost at that climax. I don't think the elephant's ever going to make it because the Furious Beihais are here. We're down to 32k and 34k now. They got whittled down by the crossbow units a little bit again. They used up about 20% of their ammo. That's the sad news. Probably a smarter bait. I mean, he clearly has firing a will off right now. Maybe this is the time just to march everyone up. Guojia's lagging. We really need Guojia here, or else it's not going to be a fair fight. Arrows are coming in. He's... okay, he's cutting back. Turtle will protect you if you're dismounted and shorter than the shield. Not when you're taller than the shield. Not when you're taller than the shield. Oh no, he's thinking he's protecting it as a Juggernaut unit, but the health is clearly telling him a different story. Yeah, he just lost about 12k here for no reason. The elephant's not going to make it. They're going to get shredded before you even get there. I feel like King of Yen just has to all in, just because there's no other option. This staring contest is not going to end. Koron's baiting himself. Oh, dismount. Dismount on all three. A very typical Zero move. Back off. No need to engage here. Koron is pretty eager here. Kill Koron. Kill Koron. Yes, kill Koron. Knock him down. Knock him down. Oh, no knockdown. It's a bit unfortunate. Knock him down. Knock him down. How is he so resilient to this charge? Yeah, I'm just surprised he didn't get knocked out at all. Alright, now we have the generals fighting. He's targeting Xu Huang right here. Wutogul is having trouble. Yeah, if you're mounted, it's hard to stick on target. Just pull away. If you're not ready to dismount and fight, just pull away. Okay, so he's committed. Dismount. Dismount. Wojia should just stay close. If he doesn't want to dismount, it's fine. Get another hit on Huang Fuzong. Maybe King of Yen has this. Oh no, wait. Don't give up, don't give up. Keep hitting him. No, he clicked on the unit. There's no point to hit the Fury Beihai. Kill Koron, and then these are all so easy. So he hit Yan Baihu as well. That's good. Maybe he can kill Yan Baihu here. Wutu was also hitting units. There we go. Pull. Oh, this is going to be super close. Wojia is just stuck over there. No, Xu Huang's going to die. Xu Huang died first instead of Yan Baihu. And Wutogul died right after. Okay, so it's over. It was close. I think there was some targeting issues. You shouldn't even target Yan Baihu. High evasion. Target Koron. So easy to kill. Low health as well. And then pull out, get on your horse, wait for cooldowns, smash the front line, and then commit the troops. Wojia's dead. It's over. I mean, it's been over since the trebuchet has died, but it's officially going to be over here. The unbreakable unit's going to prevail. It was close though. Huang Fuzong, yeah, it wasn't chased down. Wasn't full committed on there. That's fine. Not committing on him is okay. Committing on the Fury of Beihai there is just so weird. You know you can't use any abilities because Stifling Deluge is still active, so like hacking them with an axe while the enemy general is hacking you is just a terrible trade. So, a bit unfortunate there, and King of Yen, a lot of misplays. And this one is going to be over once this misplaced devotion ends in 3 seconds. Watch this Fury of Beihai get free kills here, inflating their damage numbers. And that should do it. Yes, and we've been talking about the reasons pretty much the whole match. It's a rather long one. Let's jump ahead and look at the numbers. So looking at the casualties here, you can see on King of Yen's side, the generals got a few kills in the end. Basically none of the units did much. Only the cavalry that were sent out, they were pretty much the only unit that were killed. There was a few scatter unit killed in that last engagement on the charge. Weren't able to kill everyone. There was a big clump mess over there. The range units got no value. Basically got traded away for 2 bandit cavalry. And that's pretty much the story of the game. These 4 kills were shot at the trebuchet. Hail of arrows. Very, very useful. He got picked off by the generals, so he didn't even get any general kills. So these are just basically 1 hail of arrows at the trebuchet. And that was good. That was all you needed. There's just a lot of small micro mistakes by King of Yen in that match, and not recognizing what he had in terms of the trebuchet and what the value is for that trebuchet, and how to beat the clumped up, center plaza defense that Zero was putting up with his trebuchet, not wasting the shot on the wall, gaining entry into the city early, targeting those 2 generals that are out harassing with your 3 generals just to push them back. Once you chase the 3 general inside, the only thing Zero can do is run those 2 generals back to the center plaza. He's not going to commit Koron there and just free roll against your 3 generals. He's just going to run away, play with his units, and then you gain free entry, assuming that one cavalry doesn't come in, just wipe out your trebuchet. So those are all small details, not taking care of the wall crossbows before moving in, not protecting, the trebuchet. That's the big one. You paid a lot for it to get rank 8, and then you didn't protect it. So that's the defeat. And we have a match 3 now. We have an open field battle. Returning to the map from round 1, you'll be in snow, but only on the ground. No snowing conditions. So it's just winter conditions, daytime, dry weather. Have a nice fight. So let's come back tomorrow and see who will win the Survivor Game tournament. Until then, bye.